The Kavli Foundation has always supported science to benefit humanity, but part of that ethos and approach has been recognizing that science is part of society, and we should think about how science is connected to society and how society supports science. So with this in mind, given the 75th anniversary of the Endless Frontier report by Vannevar Bush, we felt it was an opportune time to take on this special initiative to think about how has science changed, how has science policy changed, and what it might look like in the future. We hosted with the National Academies of Science, with our colleagues at the Sloan Foundation, 2 in-person gatherings. They were in Washington, D.C. at the National Academies of Science in the Fred Kavli Auditorium to think about what the future of science policy might look like and to spark new ideas and new conversations about it. We also supported the Journal of Science Policy Governance, which empowered younger scientists and students to learn about science policy and to share their best ideas for what a game-changing idea might be in science policy moving forward. Lastly, we supported Issues in Science and Technology, a special issue there about what the future of science policy might look like.
The Kavli Foundation asked us to solicit a collection of articles about the next 75 years of science policy. We asked people who were late in their careers and had been talking about science policy for 50 years, and we asked people who were very early in their careers and had maybe not thought very much about science policy before they started. It was an incredibly wide and diverse net. It included scientists, it included policy people, it included people at universities, it included lots of people at foundations and philanthropies and people who have been involved in shaping science policy in different sorts of ways. It grew to encompass an entire community. What I wanted the collection to do, and what I think it did, and what sometimes totally blew my mind, was basically inviting people into this space to talk about what it should look like, and not just accept the world that had gone before or try to recapitulate the moonshot. It encourages people to think about what we could do with this massive sort of treasure that is the science enterprise, as well as the taxpayers' money and trust that goes into this.
How science is done has changed a lot in the past 75 years. There's a more global context to science. There's more team science, more people are involved in science. What's considered basic science or use-inspired science versus applied science has gotten fuzzier. So we want to take the opportunity to stop and think about what's the next 75 years of science and basic science really look like, so that we can have scientific policies to support a thriving science and basic science enterprise.